Hello, and welcome aboard the International Space Station. I'm Frank Rubio, and it's my pleasure to be your guide today. For the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to float through this incredible orbiting outpost together. We will explore the station step by step, almost like you're right here with me. I want you to see what it's like to live and work in this unique place. This is more than just a machine. It's a home, a laboratory, and a testament to human curiosity and cooperation. We'll follow a simple checklist so you can get a full picture of our world up here. Our journey takes place high above the planet you call home. The International Space Station, or ISS, is in what we call low Earth orbit. It circles the globe at an altitude of about 250 miles, or 400 kilometers. At that height, we are moving incredibly fast, over 17,000 miles per hour. This speed means we orbit the Earth once every 90 minutes. We see 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets every single day. The station is a symbol of partnership, built and maintained by space agencies from many different countries. It is a beacon of peaceful collaboration and a critical platform for scientific research that benefits everyone back on Earth. The ISS is a sprawling structure, about the size of a football field from end to end. Our first stop is the docking area. Think of this as the front porch or the main entrance to our house in space. This is where spacecraft from Earth connect with the station. Soyuz, Dragon, Cygnus. When a new ship arrives, it's a very busy and exciting time. These vessels bring us fresh supplies, food, water, science experiments. They also bring new crew members or take our colleagues back home. The docking ports are complex mechanisms, latches, seals, umbilicals. Safety is our absolute #1 priority during these operations. After a spacecraft has securely docked, we perform a series of meticulous checks. This process is called leak checking. We have to be certain that the seal between the ship and the station is perfectly airtight. We monitor the pressure in the small space between the hatches. Only when we are completely satisfied that the connection is secure do we get the green light to open the hatches. Seeing the faces of new crew members, unpacking fresh fruit from a cargo ship. From the docking port, we push off into one of the node modules. The nodes are the connecting hubs of the station. Harmony, tranquility, unity. They are like the busy intersections or hallways of our home. These cylindrical modules link the various laboratories, living quarters, and docking ports together. Laboratories, living quarters, docking ports. You will notice that the walls are covered in handrails, tethers, and Velcro patches. Handrails, tethers, Velcro patches. We use these handrails to pull ourselves along, guiding our bodies through the modules. Since there's no up or down here, we orient ourselves based on the labels on the equipment and the flow of the station's layout. As we float through the node, you'll see bags of equipment and supplies neatly strapped to the walls. We call these cargo transfer bags, or CTBs. Everything has a specific place, and we have a very detailed inventory system to keep track of it all. If an item isn't tied down or secured with Velcro, it will simply float away. Losing a small tool can be a big problem, as it could drift into a ventilation intake or a critical piece of hardware. So, a key lesson of living in space is to always be mindful of your surroundings and to keep your workspace tidy. Now we are entering the heart of the station's scientific mission, the laboratory modules. The laboratory modules. The US Destiny Laboratory, the European Columbus Module, the Japanese Kibo Laboratory. This is where we spend a significant portion of our day, acting as the eyes and hands for thousands of scientists back on Earth. The walls are lined with what we call express racks. Biology experiments, physics experiments, materials science experiments, Earth observation instruments. Each rack provides power, cooling, data connectivity, and other resources needed to run the experiments. Inside these racks, amazing science is happening every day. For example, we study how microgravity affects the human body, bones, muscles, cardiovascular systems, immune systems. This research keeps astronauts healthy on long voyages and helps treat age-related illnesses on Earth, like osteoporosis. We even have a special facility called the Combustion Integrated Rack, where we can safely study how fire behaves in space. Kibo has its own airlock and a robotic arm. This allows us to deploy small satellites or place experiments outside in the vacuum of space. we grow plants to learn sustainable food production for deep space missions. Our next stop is a very special place. For many astronauts, it's their favorite spot on the entire station. We are now floating into the cupola, small module, dome with 7 large windows, breathtaking panoramic view of the planet. You see the Earth as a single living entity. The deep blue of the oceans, the swirling white patterns of clouds, the vibrant textures of the continents. An incredibly powerful and humbling experience. The cupola has a practical purpose too. It's the primary control station for Canadarm2. From these windows we can see the arm and any cargo it grasps. This direct line of sight is crucial for complex operations. Capturing a visiting cargo vehicle, moving a new piece of equipment on the station exterior. The controls are right here. Astronauts maneuver the arm with precision, watching the arm through the windows. The ultimate video game, but with very high stakes. From here, we witness Earth's beauty like few ever have. Thunderstorms, city lights at night, aurora borealis. A profound appreciation for the fragility and the thin protective atmosphere. This experience is called the overview effect. Looking down, borders and conflicts vanish. One planet, one human family. It changes your perspective forever. After a long day of science and maintenance, we need to rest. So let's float over to the crew quarters, where we sleep. Each astronaut has their own personal sleep station. It's a small private cabin, about the size of a phone booth. Inside, there's just enough room for one person. There isn't a bed with a mattress and pillows, because in microgravity, you don't lie down. Instead, a sleeping bag is tethered to the wall. We zip inside it so we don't float around while sleeping. Now, let's talk about food. Eating in space is a unique experience. Most food is specially prepared and packaged for long shelf life and safety in microgravity. A lot is freeze-dried. Much is thermostabilized in pouches. To prepare a meal, we rehydrate by adding hot water or cold water, using a special dispenser. Small galley area with a food warmer to heat up our meals. We eat with regular spoons, forks, but we move slowly so food doesn't float off the utensil. You might be wondering about personal hygiene. We don't have running water like you do on Earth because droplets would float and could damage equipment. Instead, we take sponge baths using no-rinse body wash and wet towels. To wash our hair, we use a special no-rinse shampoo and towel it dry. And finally, the question everyone asks, how do we use the toilet in space? The space toilet, or waste and hygiene compartment, is a very sophisticated piece of engineering. Since there's no gravity to pull waste down, it uses a suction system, more like a vacuum cleaner. There are 2 separate systems, one for liquid waste and one for solid waste. Astronauts have to learn to use it properly with a special harness to hold them in place. The urine is collected and recycled through our water purification system, turning it back into clean drinking water. It's the ultimate example of recycling, right? One of the most critical parts of our daily routine is exercise. Living in a weightless environment is fun, but it can be tough on the human body. Without the constant pull of gravity, our muscles start to atrophy, our bones lose density. To counteract these effects, every astronaut on the station exercises for about 2 hours every single day. This isn't just for staying in shape. It's a crucial medical countermeasure to ensure we return to Earth healthy and strong. On T2 Colbert, we wear a harness with bungee cords to simulate weight and give bones the impact they need. Next to the treadmill is our stationary bike. No seat or handlebars. Clip in and ride. ARED uses vacuum cylinders and pistons to create resistance for squats, deadlifts, and bench presses. Living on the frontier of space means that safety is woven into everything we do. The station is robust and resilient, but it flies through a hazardous environment. It is protected by multi-layer shielding to defend against impacts from tiny meteoroids and space debris. Our safety systems go much further than that. Throughout all the modules, you will see smoke detectors, heat sensors, and monitors that constantly check the quality of our air, looking for any increase in carbon dioxide or other harmful compounds. We are always aware of the health of our environment. Fire is one of the most serious hazards we could face in an enclosed environment like the ISS. We have fire extinguishers throughout the station. They release carbon dioxide or a fine water mist to smother flames without creating a mess. We also have emergency breathing masks located in every module. In a fire or ammonia leak, we put these on immediately to protect ourselves. We conduct regular safety drills. What to do in case of a fire, a sudden depressurization of a module, or a medical emergency. We also practice rapid evacuation to our docked spacecraft, our lifeboat. We'd seal the hatches and be ready to undock and return to Earth if needed. You've seen the handrails. With heavy equipment or near an open hatch, we tether ourselves. Every tool has a lanyard. We always think ahead. A typical day on the International Space Station is carefully planned from the moment we wake up. Our daily schedule is sent up from Mission Control, and it's usually packed from morning to evening. The schedule is synchronized to Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC. A normal workday includes conducting scientific experiments, performing maintenance and repairs on station systems, exercising, managing inventory. We also have time scheduled for meals and for planning conferences with our support teams on the ground. Every minute is accounted for to maximize productivity. Let's talk more about movement. As you've seen, we don't walk, we float. A gentle push from a wall moves you across an entire module. You learn to use your hands and feet to steer and stop gracefully. Large objects are weightless but still have inertia. Easy to lift, harder to start and stop. We're careful not to bump sensitive equipment. In the microgravity science glove box, we work with materials that would be hazardous in the open cabin air. It's a sealed container with built-in gloves that lets us handle fluids, flames, and chemicals. We study how metals form alloys in space, leading to stronger, lighter materials on Earth. We regularly take biological samples like blood and saliva, freeze them, and send them to Earth to study long-term effects of spaceflight. Evenings and weekends, we relax. Photos in the cupola, internet, emails and video calls with family. We have now completed our checklist and our short tour of the International Space Station. We started at the docking port where ships arrive, floated through the connecting nodes, saw the research in the laboratories, gazed at our planet from the cupola, explored how we live day to day, stay fit, and stay safe. The station is so much more than a collection of metal modules. It is a place of learning, teaching us how humanity can live and work sustainably far from our home planet, paving the way to the Moon and Mars. The science we conduct here improves life on Earth, developing new medicines, new materials, and improving our understanding of Earth's climate. It also stands as a powerful example of peaceful international cooperation. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. I'm Frank Rubio, and it has been my honor to show you around my home and workplace in orbit. I hope this brief tour made you feel closer to space exploration. If you dream of the stars, pursue it. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and never lose your sense of wonder. The universe is full of mysteries waiting to be discovered. Space is closer than you think if you're prepared to work for it. Goodbye from the International Space Station. When you look up at the night sky, think of this outpost circling silently overhead. Keep looking up. Keep wondering.
The world of robotics has long been filled with grand promises and slick animations. We have been shown visions of intelligent machines for decades. Many of these visions remain just that, visions. This is why I value a different approach. I value proof over promises. Unitree Robotics, a company building four-legged robots, seems to understand this principle. They are focused on creating high-performance quadruped machines. These are robots that look like dogs and move like dogs. Their goal is not to build a science fiction companion. It is to build a practical tool that works in the real world today. This requires a relentless focus on engineering testing and demonstrating what a machine can actually do, not just what it might do one day. The core idea is simple. A robot is a physical thing. Its capabilities are defined by its hardware. The Unitree robots are a collection of motors, sensors, and structural components designed for high dynamic movement. The key is in the motors, or more accurately, the joints. These are not simple industrial servos. They are high-torque, proprietary motor units that allow for rapid changes in force and position. This speed is what enables the robot to catch itself when it stumbles, or to leap over an obstacle. It is the robotic equivalent of muscle reflexes. Without fast and powerful hardware at the most basic level, no amount of clever software can make a robot agile. The robot's body is its first sensor. The forces flowing through the legs and joints tell the control system about the ground underneath. Is it soft? Is it slippery? Is it sloped? This is proprioception. This data is then fused with information from other sensors. This combination of sensors provides a rich, real-time picture of the robot's state and its immediate surroundings, which is essential for navigating complex environments. Software translates this sensory data into action. The most critical software runs at a very low level. This is the control loop that keeps the robot from falling over. It runs hundreds of times per second, making tiny adjustments to each of the 12 leg motors. It is not thinking in the human sense. It is reacting, using mathematical models of the robot's dynamics to maintain stability. This is where robust engineering shines. This low-level controller must work flawlessly, whether the robot is walking on plush carpet or a slippery, ice-covered path. Much of the testing you see is designed to push this specific system to its limits. Above this reactive layer sits a higher-level planning system. This part of the software uses data from the cameras and other sensors to build a simple map of the environment. It identifies obstacles and determines a safe path forward. It is not about deep understanding. It is about geometry. That space is too narrow. That drop is too high. This path is clear. This pragmatic approach allows the robot to navigate real-world spaces without needing human-level intelligence. Performance in robotics is not an abstract concept. It must be measured with clear numbers and demonstrated through repeatable tests. For a quadruped robot, key metrics include speed, endurance, payload capacity, terrain negotiation. Unitree publishes specifications for these numbers. For example, their B2 model can run at speeds over 6 meters per second. That is faster than a quick human jog. It can also carry a payload of up to 40 kilograms while walking. These are not theoretical maximums. They are demonstrated capabilities in public videos. Tangible proof of strength and efficiency. Endurance is another critical, real-world limitation. A robot is only useful for as long as its battery lasts. Unitree specifies run times for its robots, which typically range from 1.5 to 4 hours, depending on model and task. A robot standing still will last longer than one running at top speed or carrying a heavy load. A capable robot is interesting. A useful robot is transformative. The true test of these machines is their application by real customers to solve real problems. We are seeing Unitree robots deployed for industrial inspection in power plants on construction sites. Equipped with cameras and other sensors, they can autonomously patrol a site capturing data from gauges looking for thermal anomalies. This keeps human workers out of potentially hazardous environments. Real customers, like national power grid operators, have conducted pilot programs demonstrating that the robots can navigate complex industrial facilities and collect reliable data on a repeatable schedule. Ultimately, the path forward for practical robotics is paved with incremental progress and demonstrable proof. Unitree is building strong, fast, increasingly useful quadruped robots by focusing on what works in the real world.
Are you panic-stricken to lose your stuff? Are you panic-stricken to lose your dignity? Are you terrified to face court without a cape? Are you desperate to win? Are you desperate to still keep your shoebox of memories? I'll negotiate. I'll litigate. I'll dramatically declutter your life. Just cheeky enough. No judge too grumpy. No prenup too weird. Love can be complicated. Divorce doesn't have to be. Call 555-0123 now, Tony Romano. I'll split it like a pro.
Cheesy jingle. Homano.
Ring 553,023.
Operators are standing by. Probably.
Romano.
Wait, before Apollo, before astronauts, before the moon, NASA already captured something incredible. This grainy circle, it changed how humans see Earth. Forever. In 1959, NASA launched a small satellite called Explorer 6. No HD cameras, no color, just raw science. As the satellite orbited Earth, it sent back a black and white image of our planet's cloud cover. It wasn't pretty, but it was historic. For the first time ever, humans saw Earth from space. This single image proved something powerful. Earth is one connected world. No borders, no lines, just clouds and oceans. That moment launched weather satellites, climate monitoring Earth observation as we know it, and it paved the way for legendary images like Earthrise and the blue marble. That blurry image was just the beginning. Next time, I'll show you the NASA photo that made astronauts cry. Subscribe. The universe is just getting started.
Wait, what? This rocket has already been to space 29 times, and today, SpaceX is sending it back up again. Same rocket, same booster, 30 launches. Yeah, 30. At this point, this thing deserves a boarding pass and a loyalty card. Welcome back to Space News, where rockets are no longer one-time fireworks. They're more like reusable sneakers. And today's mission? A Falcon 9 booster flying for the 30th time, carrying another batch of Starlink satellites into orbit. Picture this, it's launch day. The countdown is ticking, engines chilled, fuel loaded, and sitting on the launch pad is a rocket booster that's already done more laps around Earth than most of us have done around a track. This isn't a rookie rocket, this is a space veteran. But here's the question everyone's thinking. Should a rocket really fly 30 times? I mean, would you get on a plane that's flown that much? Well, SpaceX says yes, and they're proving it. This Falcon 9 first stage has already launched missions for Starlink, carried payloads to orbit, survived fiery re-entries, slammed back through Earth's atmosphere, and landed safely on a drone ship in the ocean. At this point, this booster isn't disposable hardware. It's basically the Toyota Corolla of space. Reliable, battle-tested, and it just keeps going. This mission isn't just another Starlink launch. It's proof that spaceflight is becoming faster, cheaper, and more routine. And every successful landing pushes us closer to a future where going to space isn't rare, it's normal. But here's the real question. If a rocket can fly 30 times today, how many times will the next one fly tomorrow? If you love space, rockets, and mind-blowing science that feels like the future arriving early, hit subscribe and I'll see you tomorrow. Because in space news, something unbelievable is always about to happen.